Year. Can we say Happy New Year still? I know some people are
Salut tout
probably
le
gonna
monde,
give
bienvenue
us
sur le live
give
des
us some
Sims. J'espère que
You
vous allez
know,
tous
I
bien.
have a general
Je suis
rule that
contente de
after
vous
the
retrouver
7th,
aujourd'hui
you're not allowed, but
pour
because we
regarder
haven't been live
l'Inside
in a
Maxis.
while,
Alors,
I
on
Yeah.
va hop,
Yeah, I
mettre
think it's
ça en
excusable
plein
now, right?
écran.
today.
Hop,
Yeah, but what a wonderful,
voilà.
exciting day to
Hop.
bring y'all Inside Maxis today. It's our first
Bon,
Inside
ils font
Maxis of
bonjour, machin, tout
2022.
ça.
How you feeling, Ruski?
I'm excited. I'm also very
Et
nervous
j'espère
because
que
I
vous allez
haven't been
bien.
on for a while.
Il va falloir que je mange pendant le live, je suis désolée,
So we'll
mais
see.
comme je dois partir après au
Well,
travail,
I'm feeling the same
désolée, je
way.
remets un
It
peu
is
le
New
micro
Year
convenablement.
jitters, but
Hop.
it's going to be fine because we are in celebration mode. That is right.
On est en mode célébration
Absolutely, we have a
apparemment.
lot of things to celebrate, so we hope you join us.
Alors, je sais pas
Because
pourquoi
that'll be a fun
c'est
one.
Yeah, and
instable.
these things to celebrate are, you know, little, big, all around. And after these 2 years, we want to remind ourselves of celebrating the
Et je
good
sais
times and
pas
remind ourselves of all the things that are
pourquoi
worth celebrating and that bring
ça rame
joy
comme
to
ça en
our
fait.
lives.
Bon,
So,
j'espère que ça va quand même
Ruski,
aller.
what's one thing that brings joy to your life and is cause
Dites-moi
for
si ça
celebration?
passe chez vous.
There's a lot of things.
Parce que sur mon,
Recently went to see my parents after not
sur
seeing them in
mon
person for like
OBS,
3
ça
years.
fonctionne
That
sans
brought me
problème.
a lot of joy seeing my siblings
Donc
in
si vous
person,
pouviez me dire dans le chat
gathering as a family,
si ça fonctionne pour vous ou si c'est juste mon preview qui fonctionne pas.
That was actually very
Enfin voilà,
joyous.
je vais vite chercher mon repas et
being with
j'arrive.
my coworkers now online because of working from home, like it has been very joyous all this time, and I relish the fact that every day I get to wake up and do things, and hopefully everybody is being safe all around. But we forgot something. For those who don't know who we are, hi, my name is Simgura. I'm a producer for The Sims 4, and with
Good
me,
point.
and with me is Simgura Duck.
Yeah, I'm Simguru Duck. I'm also a producer on The Sims 4. There's a lot of us producer types out there, but thank you for sharing your experience there, Nadia. And likewise to you, things that bring me joy and celebration are just being able to spend time with my family and friends and coworkers.
But also the joy of coffee. Never forget
the joy of coffee. Yes, I've got my coffee here. So, as we've talked about that, let's head on over into our agenda. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be welcoming
Voilà,
one
je
of
suis de
the
retour.
inspiring
Super, ça
creative
marche
brains
pour
that
vous.
help us
Salut
make this
Katichou,
stream,
salut
the Sims
Michael,
even
salut
more
Eliawen
creative. To
et
the stream
salut
today,
Sig.
we're
Contente
going
de
to
vous
be
voir.
welcoming Complex Sims,
Hop.
and we'll be going over
Alors,
collaboration.
bon, donc je suis
we'll
désolée,
be
mais je vais
talking
devoir
about,
manger en
and
même
then
temps, hein, parce
also
que sinon je
going
saurais pas
over some
manger
of
avant de
his
partir
beautiful
travailler.
custom content that he creates for The Sims 4.
Donc là, ils sont
So
en train de montrer le
please
petit
give a
programme.
warm
Hein.
welcome, everyone,
On
to
va découvrir au
Complex
fur et à mesure.
Sims.
I hope you enjoy
Voilà,
our
on
chat
découvre
today.
Complex Sims. Je vais mettre le micro un peu
Can
plus
we
loin
get
par
some
contre.
confetti for the welcome
Merci,
here?
Michael.
I think confetti is in store.
So like the signal, confetti signal.
There we go.
Excellent.
It's like we could...
Ah, je suis désolée hein,
I'm glad
pour
we have that on demand, just saying.
I know, I'm so
le
glad
fait de
too.
manger en live, mais bon, j'ai pas le choix
Welcome,
ici,
Complex.
sinon
How's it
c'était
going?
pas de live.
That's going good. Oh,
Merci, salut Alexa, tu vas bien?
I'm doing well.
Sorry, we seem
Bon
super
alors, il
excited,
fait
like-
quoi Complex Sims,
But
hein, je sais pas quoi.
I'm so happy you're here with us today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you join us today. So,
Est-ce que ça va
today, love to just
le
talk
son
to
du
you a
live
little
par
bit
rapport
about
à ma
yourself.
voix?
Do you want to briefly tell us about yourself? Tell us who you are, what you're about, your background with The Sims.
Okay, yeah. So
Ça
hi,
va bien,
I'm
merci.
the one and only Complex Sim.
Pas très envie d'aller
You
travailler
already
après,
know what I
mais
do. That's like my
enfin,
line. But if you don't know
juste
what
pour
I
le
do, I'm gonna
principe que
tell
j'ai envie de
you.
rester chez moi, mais sinon
I'm
ça me dérange
24
pas. Mais...
years old. I've been
Super,
playing
Michael.
Sims for years.
Le son est bon,
like,
ok,
since I was a kid.
nickel.
I wear multiple different hats, but custom content is like my specialty. I know everybody loves custom
Donc en
content.
gros, il fait du...
And
Putain, c'est
it
épicé ce
gives you
truc.
like a piece of me in your game every time you download it.
Pardon.
People come, they request me to make different things. I
Super,
make
Alexia.
them and they love it.
Ah putain, ça pique en fait, mon repas.
That's awesome. And look at some of this beautiful content.
Ok, il
What do you
fait
think, Ruski?
du CC,
I
mais j'aime
love
pas du
it.
tout ce genre
I
de
love
CC.
the nails.
Désolée, mais...
Yes,
I
people
wish
would
I could
come
wear
and make
those nails. I can't because I will break them in a jiffy, but I just love it. I love also how you place your the photos, so you show everything.
Bon, c'est pas trop
That's
Yeah, I
mon
love
truc. Je sais
good
pas s'il va
camera
du coup
angles. That
nous
always
proposer
helps
du
out.
contenu en jeu, parce que c'est pas très Maxis Match, mais...
Good camera angles are always really
T'aimes pas non
important.
plus?
I
Oh,
love
that's
that dress.
I do too. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that dress. I really do.
Thank you.
Bah,
I
moi,
love
j'aime
that
pas du
hair.
tout la robe. Elle dit qu'elle aime bien la robe, mais moi, j'aime pas.
Now, as we're going Yeah,
So
sorry,
when
go
did you
ahead.
start playing The Sims? I like what made you like, oh my god, this is the game for me, or what keeps you playing?
So I started playing The Sims when I was 6 years old. The first
Il
Sims
a
game I
commencé à
played
jouer
was
quand il
Bustin'
avait 16
Out.
ans.
And my aunt had actually borrowed it from a
C'est
friend at
moche.
school,
Ah
and they
putain,
brought
et
it to
son
the
chien,
house.
ces
And
robots
I played
là.
it, and I just fell in love
Ça me
with the
saoule.
console
Attends, Pixie,
versions
bouge-toi.
first, Busting Out, Urge. Those are like the
En plus,
best
c'est sur
like
YouTube. Je suis pas
Sims
connectée sur
console
YouTube.
games ever to me. And then I moved over to PC with the original and the base game. And I just loved how with
Il y
the
en a à tous les
game,
lives.
there's so many different possibilities
Salut
and stuff
Lulu,
that
non,
you
non,
could
ça
do
vient de
inside the
commencer.
game. Like
Il parle avec
especially like Sim
un
Superstar is my favorite expansion
créateur
pack
de CC
of all
Alpha.
time.
Pixie,
Like you
arrête
go
un
to the
peu.
studio, then there was making
C'est
magic,
Alpha, quoi,
like
ouais,
the
c'est ça.
magic duels, and even with the Sims 4's magic
Bon.
pack, it
En
kind of
attendant,
mirrors
je vais
it. You
essayer de
could
me
still do
connecter
the
sur YouTube
duels
pour
and
aller
different things. So I just love the game because you could just do anything. You could,
modérer
the saying is true, like play with life.
ce truc là.
And what keeps
Hop.
me playing the game is just like the community sense. I love when people share their stories of what's going on. I feel like everybody knows the iconic storyline from
Voilà.
Sims 2 with Bella Goth. So like everybody just loves the crazy stuff that you could do inside the game, and I feel like that's what gravitated me towards it and kept me playing.
Yeah, I feel the same too.
Définition
Even
pas
though
top
like
pour
I'm
du
on
alpha.
this side of the fence,
C'est clair.
like working on it, I feel
Pardon.
like you can do anything.
Yeah.
The potential for anything, even if it's like outrageous.
Il y a Pixie qui observe mon plat
You know,
attentivement.
what keeps coming back, right?
Yeah.
Bref, il papote quoi.
As we're talking, I'm just curious, how did you come up with the name Complex Sims? What was the inspiration, if you don't mind sharing?
Okay, so when I first started in the community, I was doing like Let's Plays and stuff like that. And the atmosphere that I was entering with the Let's Plays, I felt like there were not a lot of stories that mirrored my own Black, LGBT, like just different
Bon, il explique
stories.
son histoire. Je sais pas
in
si
the
ça vous
community.
intéresse
I
que je
really
traduise,
wanted
mais
to bring that to the platform
perso, ça
and
m'intéresse pas
just
des
show
masses.
people different like stories
Enfin, c'est
and
cool,
stuff
hein,
like
qui
that
présente
from
des.
different walks of life. So
Arrête-toi.
just the
Qui présente
word
des
complex just has a
créateurs, hein,
lot
je trouve ça
of
sympa,
meaning
mais
to
bon,
it.
voilà.
Just different, very
J'aime pas son contenu, donc ça m'intéresse pas trop.
different like backgrounds and just things that could be brought to the table. So that's what I feel like that name represented, and that's why I came up with that. And then as time went on, of course, I developed the complex parlor where I would like display my CC and stuff like that, and then the complex way where I share different CC from other creators as well. So I always wanted to just show different perspectives. Yeah.
I really love that. That's beautiful because The Sims, much like life itself, is very
En gros, il
complex.
s'appelle
There's a whole
Complex
bunch
Sims
of
parce
different
que
backgrounds and representations
il fait
going
partie
on.
de la
So
communauté
I love
noire,
that. I also love the
la
fact that you
communauté
share the love with
LGBT et
other
tout ça,
creators
donc
out there too.
Yeah.
il a plein
Yeah.
de.
So,
Oui, c'est ça, exactement,
in this
Michael.
regard, what do you think? What type of content
On a le temps de
you
s'installer.
create? Like, how do you define the style
Un
of
signe
content
pour les
you
Sims 5,
create?
tu
Like,
penses?
what does it represent?
Je pense pas, moi.
You touched a little bit on it, what you were saying, like about what is
Je sais pas.
complex Sims, but can you let us know for the people who don't know you?
Yes, so I specialize in creative sim content. And I feel like the name is perfect, Complex Sims, because I create all age groups, genders, just any type of item that you're
Ouais, il est
looking
sympa
for.
son
I
casque.
probably have made it at least once or just dabbled in it.
Je pense pas qu'on aura
And people will come from all
des
different
Sims comme
backgrounds.
ça,
I
quand même.
remember I had gotten a request to do
Quand tu vois comme les
maternity
Sims
wear
3 ont mal
recently.
vieilli.
I was like, okay, like I could do that. Like, so it's just like people will come from all different walks of life, wanting some type
Et
of
il y a quand même pas mal de
representation
joueurs qui
via the
soulignent
custom content or content
le
that I
graphisme des
create.
Sims 4. Il y en a quand
And
même beaucoup qui
I
aiment
just
bien,
create a variety
il me
of
semble.
different stuff. So it fits with the name really well.
Yeah, that's great. Also, we like to see that
Les mondes et
maternity
tout sont
wear when you-
magnifiques.
when you
Yeah, when it's
release it.
ready.
I love it.
I have a few friends that might, that might need that. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
So just out of curiosity, Complex, who inspires you? Who inspired you to begin creating content? Was there anyone in the Sims community that in particular you draw inspiration from?
Donc,
Yeah, just
en gros, il lui
curious.
demande
The
qui l'a
community is
inspiré.
full of great creators. I had originally started with just doing recolors of in-game stuff, just stuff that I really liked. and then I had came across Ebony. Everybody knows Ebony. Ebony is the queen.
Oh yeah.
So it's like I came across her and I really loved what she was doing at the time, and we had developed a
Je connais
friendship.
pas la simeuse
And she showed me different
dont il
things
parle.
in Blender. And then I
Ils l'ont choisi par rapport au contenu qui va venir parce que
she
du
has a
alpha pour le jeu, sinon
platform called
ce serait pas
Simmer,
cohérent par rapport à la
where
charte
there's just a lot
graphique.
of creativity and inspiration. And I was showing some of my content
Comment
on
ça
her
par
forum
rapport au
at one
contenu qui va
point.
venir? Je comprends pas ce que tu veux
So
dire.
just starting with those two, and then you have a bunch of different great creators: Jay Sims, King Black Cinema, Hard Sway, just a lot of people who came before and after me. So I get a lot of inspiration from people there.
That's amazing. And yes, if you guys don't
J'espère
know
quand même
any
qu'ils
of
vont
these
passer aux
creators,
choses intéressantes avant que je doive
please
partir.
reach out. Like, I've seen so much talent in the community over my tenure
ça
in
pique, hein, ce plat.
Maxis. You know, it's interesting to see like how everybody actually
J'ai la
knows each
bouche en
other in
feu.
this group, but it's so big. So if you don't know, then please like try to find out. It's amazing what they create every day.
Yeah, it's really amazing, and also just to see how people help each other out in the community and do collaborations.
Un contenu inclusif.
Yeah.
Like,
Ouais, je sais pas. Je vois quand
Bergdorf,
même trop le
she
rapport.
always reaches out. There's so many different people. Fresco, like it's just a bunch of people.
Great. Yeah. So, given this, what do you
Un peu de neige pour adoucir. Ah ouais, ça serait bien.
inspire people through your
Ah,
work?
punaise. Je
Like,
mange un
what
plat
do you think other people
préparé.
that see your work or play with
Un
it,
truc
or
un peu
even
traiteur,
they're
quoi.
looking into getting into CC
Si
creation
vous entendez
itself,
du bruit
like,
en
what do you
arrière-plan,
hope to
c'est
inspire?
Pixie qui joue
So
dans
I
la
would
manne à linge.
hope to inspire people.
C'est un
Reach
truc
out
avec
to
du
their
poulet, des
favorite
petites
custom
nouilles,
content creators and
des
just
légumes,
give them feedback and stuff like
et
that.
enfin,
We
voilà,
love
c'est un
feedback.
peu pas vraiment
Any way we
taille,
can
mais du coup
improve
ça
is
explique
like
la bouche en feu.
gold to us because you're never perfect at anything. There's always room for improvement. I would also hope that people would take it upon themselves
Il va
to
falloir que j'aille
use
chercher à
the
boire
game for
après parce
any
que
type of creative avenue that they want to explore, whether it be storytelling, custom content creation,
c'est très bon, mais
videos, live
je suis pas très
streams,
plat épicé à la
whatever.
base,
I
donc
feel like there's so many different things that you can do
en
within
fait
the
quand on le
community.
mange, ça a pas l'air spécialement épicé, mais au fur et
So
à mesure
that's
la
probably
bouche
what
elle
I
est de
was
plus
trying
en
to
plus en
make
feu.
of.
No, that is great, and hopefully that is something that carries on for a
C'est
long
très bon en
time.
tout cas.
Yeah, and that I love that, especially about the storytelling aspect, because one of my favorite things about
J'ai
games
rien
in
écouté,
general,
hein, je suis
and
désolée, mais
including The Sims, is being able to tell a unique,
il
compelling
blablate, ouais.
story.
C'est pour ça que j'espère qu'ils vont
Speaking of
accélérer un
unique
peu,
and
qu'on puisse
compelling
voir
stories,
les
we
trucs
have
intéressants avant que je
something
parte.
exciting, and yes, I did say something
Oh my
exciting to share with everyone who's been watching. We love Complex's content so much that we are actually working with him to bring some cast items into the game. How exciting is that?
Donc apparemment, effectivement, il va amener du contenu dans le cast. J'espère que ça va pas être trop alpha.
Collaborating with you, Complex, over these past several weeks has been really awesome.
Ça serait
It's been
bizarre.
great to get your aesthetic, your ideas that we were able to collaborate on with you, and I'm really looking forward to sharing everything with players soon. But I'm just curious, how did you feel about our collaboration so far?
I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. It was like so out of the blue to me. I was like, oh my goodness, like they see what I've been doing, like they want to have me come in and help with some things. Like I thought that was super dope. I was
Salut
like,
Céline, tu vas bien?
I'm definitely
Oui,
gonna
ça a commencé, oui.
whatever I need to send.
J'arrive les gars,
to
je
help
vais
out
juste
with the
chercher à boire.
project. And I just love the way everything came out. I feel like everybody's gonna love it.
Yeah, so we know it's gonna be like 3 items.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we're not gonna tell you guys all like what they all are. No, we're gonna have a surprise. We're looking to see these drop for you guys are sometime in February.
That is right, sometime in February.
Sometime in February, disclaimer. But if you cannot wait, you stay until the end of today's live stream, so you might get a sneak peek at one of the items. So just stay tuned. Do not go anywhere.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much, Complex, for joining us today. It's been really awesome getting to catch up with you in person. I know that you and I have chatted quite a bit over email, but I'm so happy to have you here. And yeah, it's been awesome talking to you
Non, je
today.
pense pas qu'on va avoir du CC alpha. Enfin, j'espère pas.
And meeting you like in person or through online but in person, as I've seen your work over time. So thank you so much for collaborating with us and joining us today.
Anytime, call me again.
All right. Have a great day, and thanks again. Now we can't, Ruski, we can't just talk about all this celebration with actually having something to celebrate for everyone out there. So we're gonna be giving away some codes. Cue the confetti.
Ils vont distribuer des codes. Hein. Ouvrez vos origines si vous n'avez pas tous les packs.
Today we're about giving good vibes. The year started hopefully in a good foot for everybody, and we'd like to surprise some of you that we have noticed in the chat today, and we have
jalouse quand je saisis du texte, elle vient de coucher dans mon
also in this mode of super good vibes. So
j'aime pas les CC alpha non plus.
Check your Twitch DMs later today for a game code of your choice. If you are chosen.
Yes, so thank you everyone out there for spreading positivity that we're about to read. Apologies in advance if we butcher the pronunciation for some of these usernames.
Yes, please bear with us.
Bonne année à toi aussi, Céline. Merci.
So the list goes as Kreslikai, just time for gaming.
Je suppose qu'il faut parler dans le chat pour avoir un code, je sais pas.
Kisamidi, Sandwich Machine.
Salut Cloliane, tu vas bien? Bonne année à toi.
The New Yorker guy. Drunch 0T0.
Pas sur quoi il se base pour choisir les gens en fait.
CHZ_pizza, but
cheese pizza.
Complete. P1's Little Ron Gal, Star Prince B.
Congratulations to all of y'all. Can we get one more confetti? There we go.
Thank you.
Ok.
Also sorry if I butchered your username. I apologize.
J'ai pas très bien compris le triple là, mais bon.
Much for joining us today and just keeping good vibes.
Parce qu'ils ont choisi des gens au hasard.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate you all helping to make our community a better place. So thank you so much.
Oui, ça va bien. Merci Cloliane, c'est
So we've
gentil.
gotten a lot of stuff out of the way on the stream so far.
Bon.
So what's up next? You ready
Alors.
for some 411?
Allez.
What's the 411 drop?
Pourquoi est-ce qu'il travaille maintenant?
Now, if you're not familiar, The Sims 411, this is where we talk hot topics and we go over a sneak peek of what's coming to the base game. And then all of what we're about to tell you right here can be reread in the recap on January 21st.
Donc, il explique ce que c'est. Hein.
Yeah, so
on va savoir un petit peu les sujets un peu chauds. Et il y aura un petit récapitulatif sur le site plus tard.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, thank you. All right, so first up, we have a status update on customizable pronouns.
Alors, les pronoms.
So I will provide this update here real quick before we get into it. Now, back in May of last year, you all know that we announced our pursuit of customizable
Donc, il voudrait bien
in the Sims
mettre à jour les pronoms dans les Sims 4.
To do a fireside chat with y'all and give a status update of where we are in the production process. And that's what we're about to do right now. You heard it right here in the Sims 411. So today we'll share some insights into our process of adding customizable pronouns to The Sims 4. Now, we know that this feature is near and dear to many of you, as it is to us as well. In our world today, we believe that gender neutrality plays a critical part in working towards a fully
la neutralité du genre est importante pour la communauté Sims et pour les développeurs aussi, et donc ils vont essayer de mettre ça au point dans les Sims pour que ce soit plus inclusif.
We do want to acknowledge that gender-neutral pronouns are not just for non-binary people, and we're going to continue to share with you our work on customizable pronouns moving forward. We just wanted to make sure that that was clear. Now, as you know, this is a work in progress. We're sharing with you stuff that's happening as it comes. And as we take this journey together, we're really excited to take you behind the scenes today and show you where we're at in production.
Donc là, ils vont montrer un petit peu où ils en sont à ce niveau-là.
So we're going to start off by describing what this new feature is about and what it will entail once it's ready for release in The Sims 4. Then we'll look at some research we've done to date. For that part of the discussion, we'll be joined by our partner, Ray, at It Gets Better, who's been advising us with valuable insight on gender-neutral language. We'll also show you an inside look today that will give you an idea of how this feature may look in the game. Now, please note that anything we're about to show you here and the images are
Donc ils vont montrer un
all
petit
a
peu où ils
work
en
in
sont et
progress.
tout
It's
ça est
really awesome that we're able to share
en
you this work that's in
cours.
progress and exciting to
Donc
do so. But please note that this does
c'est un
not yet
travail
represent the
qu'ils doivent
final
encore
result, so
améliorer.
some
Donc
things
voilà,
may
on va voir un
change.
petit peu où ils en sont, je
Now,
pense.
another quick note, as we had to juggle schedules and time zones for many of our different participants in today's fireside chat, we are still working from home as well. We met with everyone beforehand and we pre-recorded it. So without further ado,
Et
let's jump right
GGO,
into the
ça va?
video. Enjoy and we'll see you
Coucou.
soon. Everyone.
Alors, ça c'est tous
Now,
les
to get
gens
us
qui ont
started off, I'll go
participé
ahead and introduce myself.
pour les
My
aider
name
à,
is John. My pronouns are he, him. Some of you may know me as Sim Guru Duck,
à,
but I am a producer here
travailler
on The
sur
Sims
les
4, one of the many
pronoms
producers on our team. Ray,
personnalisables.
our esteemed guest, would you like to go next?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Ray. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm the education coordinator at the It Gets Better project.
I'm Alistair. My pronouns are he, him. I'm an experienced designer on the
Quelque chose
Sims
qu'ils n'auront
4
pas
team.
traduire en français, je sais pas.
I'm also known as Sim Guru
Je sais pas comment ils vont faire. Je pense que ça fait partie de leur difficulté. Hein. C'est
Rachel, let's go with
c'est
you.
le truc de la traduction dans toutes les langues, quoi. Il y aura un code. Je pense que c'est déjà passé en fait les codes. Je pense qu'il faut que vous mettiez à jour sur YouTube parce que souvent c'est en retard en fait.
I'm one of the leads of the Inclusive Language Initiative within the EA localization team.
Well, thank you everyone for sharing your names and pronouns. Welcome to the stream today. So to get us started, we're working on a feature that will allow our players to customize their pronouns of Sims in CAS in The Sims 4.
Et tu achètes ou pas
What
quoi,
we're working on right
Céline?
now and what players will eventually see in the game is the first iteration of this feature. As we said earlier today, this is an ongoing learning and development process for us, and we will continue to update this feature over time. Now, the ability to customize and set pronouns for The Sims will allow for even more freedom of expression amongst our players. Gender neutral custom, that is a hard thing to say, y'all. Gender neutral custom pronouns will be an additional option for greater representation in The Sims 4.
Voilà, il explique qu'ils font ça pour plus d'inclusivité et blablabla. Enfin, il y a beaucoup de blabla hein, aujourd'hui. Mais il parle pas beaucoup de ce qui va arriver dans le jeu, je trouve. Donc là, il explique effectivement que dans toutes les langues, c'est compliqué parce que bah voilà, en français par exemple, on n'a pas ce genre de choses. Donc les pronoms c'est il, elle, etc.
Ray, I know that we've said subject matter experts here, but just to note that the non-binary experience is one that's shared by many different people around the world, and no two people have the same experience, correct?
Beaucoup de blabla, pas beaucoup d'annonces, exactement.
Well, welcome. In our conversations with you,
J'ai envie que ça avance, ça m'énerve parce que je vois le temps qui passe et ce qui m'intéresse, ce sera quand je devrais partir, je pense.
Pronouns are an important element of gender neutral inclusivity, but certainly not the finish line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, taking a step back and looking at the society as a whole.
Bah moi aussi, j'ai envie de savoir sur le prochain pack. Franchement là, j'ai même pas envie de traduire, je suis désolée, mais ils expliquent tout le processus et tout.
And actually unlearning the gender binary, gender roles and expectations, and really understanding the complexity of every single human's gender identity, expression and experience. And alongside
je sais pas comment il pourrait faire en français.
Work of fully understanding and accepting the gender spectrum or the gender galaxy or the gender playground. We need to continue to implement policies and structures and protections and systems that support this internal understanding. Our society needs to be built in a way that can adapt to this ever-evolving realm of identities and the experiences that come along with that. The Sims can work in a really beautiful way towards reflecting that evolution. I mean, it's a virtual world where you get to be who you want to be. And I think that is such a unique position to be in, to be a guiding light in how we can build that kind of world IRL.
It certainly is an ongoing evolution, and us as developers and our teams working for this game will follow this evolution to the best of our abilities. But that being said, we know that this feature will not make The Sims 4 100% gender neutral. We still have the selection for male and female and cast, even with this feature. Now, as we've learned through our investigations with you and working with
Donc
this
on
game
aura
over
toujours
the years,
fille-garçon
there are
dans le
many
cast, par contre, ça
complex
c'est bien de le
systems
dire, en
involved
plus
in
de
creating
l'option
the sim.
de neutralité du coup,
And even looking at gender neutral language only, we're aware that
ça
the
existe
ultimate
vraiment,
freedom would be the
elle et
ability to
lui.
combine any non-binary and binary pronouns with either gendered
On est
or
en
gender
simlish,
neutral language. To give an example, let's say
Les
someone
adjectifs
might
qui sont
use
genrés, ouais, à
he,
fond.
him pronouns, binary, but that person wants to use gender neutral language and refer to themselves as spouse or sibling versus husband or brother. But going back to pronouns are still a very important piece when it comes to the greater inclusivity of The Sims. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I think
Franchement, je
that's a
savais même
really
pas
important
que
point
c'était
that
au dictionnaire.
although
J'apprends
it's,
quelque
you know,
chose.
there's so much work that we're always going to be continuing to do. Pronouns is super important. Our language shapes the world around us and how we interact with the world. Recognizing and incorporating and practicing what I like to call
Moi, j'avais
conscious
jamais
pronoun
entendu.
usage is really a crucial
Après,
step towards
je connais
shaping a world
personne
that not only includes
personnellement
but
qui
celebrates
a besoin
transgender and
de
gender
ce genre de
expansive
choses
people.
pour
And it gets better.
s'identifier. Donc
Actually, we work
voilà.
with a wonderful group of youth
Je pense que c'est
voices,
pour
which
ça
is a
aussi.
group of LGBTQ youth ages 13 to 18.
Ouais, ça, je me
And
doutais
some of them
bien,
play The
Sig,
Sims,
mais
and
j'avais jamais entendu.
I know that they're going to be so excited to see a feature like this where they can be reflected in the game.
Après, c'est sympa. Moi, je me sens pas super concernée, j'avoue. Mais je trouve que c'est bien pour les gens pour qui c'est important.
I personally was able to figure out my gender identity was in an environment that gave me the option to try on new pronouns.
La troisième personne du singulier permettant de désigner les personnes sans distinction de genre.
Was the day that I was first ever able to recognize myself in the mirror, which, as you can imagine, is life-changing.
Bah, on en apprend tous les jours.
I just know that giving people a space to play in The Sims and play with pronouns and be who they want to be just gives them so much room.
Le problème en fait, c'est que je regarde jamais des séries en français, donc j'avoue que j'ai pas regardé de reportage sur ce genre de choses, en tout cas dernièrement, donc
Yeah, I mean, I actually
voilà. Il y a une pub qui commence dans 5 minutes.
Pronouns are a really important step for me, at least just from my experience. I've known since I was really young that there was something different about me, but it was only about 4 years ago that I was like, oh, I'm non-binary, and that's when I came out. But I played The Sims for years before they came out. I won't date myself, but I've been playing for a really long time, and I actually always used The Sims to kind of play around with my gender identity when I wasn't sure, because again, I haven't known for a really long time. So I was always trying to figure that out and just see what would feel different. And now, of course, I have like tons
de quoi pour le
of
prochain
Sims
pack ou
all over
kit?
the place. I love creating new characters. That's my favorite thing. But the core thing I have is when I have a really tough day, I unwind and kind of let myself feel better and feel kind of safe.
Elle a utilisé les Sims pour trouver un peu son identité aussi, enfin jouer avec les Sims sans savoir exactement quelle identité elle avait, enfin façon de parler. Mais...
Everything's going to be cool. The foxes had better be cool and it's all going to be fine. And I just think adding pronouns to the game are going to make that game time feel even more welcoming and kind. And it's really validating to see your pronouns. I mean, I really can't underscore that enough. It's really validating and it's reassuring.
Ouais, c'est super important les pronoms.
Yep, we're all good here.
De genre neutre.
And I'm really excited about that, and even more excited to make more characters since I'm a character-making person with lots of unique pronouns to kind of represent.
Je me demande comment ils vont l'implémenter. J'aimerais bien qu'ils nous montrent plutôt que de blablater.
I'm really excited about it.
That's really great to hear, and thank you so much for sharing your experience, Rachel. It's really uplifting to hear that when you unwind, that's how you do it, is through The Sims. So thank you so much for sharing. And this is exactly what we're hoping that this feature will do: make your game feel more welcoming and kind. Now, as we're talking, another important aspect we need to consider is how pronouns work in 18 different languages that Sims 4 is.
Donc là, il reparle du fait que c'est compliqué dans certains langages. Langues.
Each of those languages have. Now, let's take the example of the adjective perfect. In English, you may refer to a non-binary person and say they are perfect. However, this might not work for other languages that have adapted to the gender of the person. An example of this is in Spanish, that there is a no gender neutral option for the word perfect. It's either perfecta or perfecto.
Ouais, c'est vrai qu'en
with
espagnol, c'est
female and
fort
male
genré aussi, en
respectively.
fait. J'étais en train de me dire que le
They are
français,
perfect
c'était pas
as a
mal genré,
gender
mais c'est vrai
neutral
que
option,
l'espagnol
also
aussi, hein.
does not translate for languages where the plural pronoun is gendered. For example, in Polish, the pronoun for a male or a mixed gender group of people is idelny, and then for the pronoun for a female group of people is idelne.
C'est en
Now,
polonais.
Vero is one of our inclusive language leads from the EA localization team, and you and your team have been working on how to approach these linguistic
Donc elle s'est
challenges
occupée
across the 18
de voir un
languages
petit
that
peu
we
comment on pouvait
translate
faire
from
dans
Sims.
différentes langues.
Can you share some insights into us with this process and how that's going with y'all?
Sure, John. So to start with, as it was mentioned earlier, there's no common solution for all the territories. So this is the first conclusion that we came to when we started doing some research on how the different languages work. So it has to be treated and broken down to the specifics of the language because culture, regulations, and the language itself have a great impact on how this topic is handled in the different regions.
Trop de
So
blabla, ouais.
linguistically speaking, all different sides of the spectrum are represented in the Sims language, in the languages the Sims are localized into. So some languages do have an official, accepted, and ready to use non-binary pronouns. For instance, for Swedish, they have hen, which would work. For other territories, however, the pronouns are not being included in their dictionaries, which proves that the language is evolving and the acceptance of these new languages is also changing over time. It's the case of the French with the pronoun yel, which was recently accepted in the dictionary. And some countries such as Germany,
Elle vient de
Spain,
parler
and
du
Brazil,
français
communities
justement
have
avec
started
qu'il.
using new non-binary grammar and syntax systems. These are not officially accepted, but they are being used by part of the society.
Mais
And they
dans
feel
certaines langues
comfortable
et
with
certaines
this
cultures,
grammar
apparemment, c'est pas
and
encore très
system
bien accepté, enfin,
and
forcément, hein.
syntax systems. So
Malheureusement.
the other
Mais
side of the spectrum, we have other
du coup, ouais,
territories with stricter legal regulations and
il y a
laws for
certains
which the use
endroits
of
où
non-binary
légalement, ils vont
pronouns
pas
can be
pouvoir
quite
peut-être
challenging.
faire
So
cette
it's
mise à
important
jour,
to
je sais
point
pas.
out the richness of the languages. For those territories which face some challenges, there are some ways to resolve this. For
Ah si, ils ont
instance,
quand même
we can
des
use the
solutions.
passive voice in order to avoid referencing the subject. So instead of saying they sent me a letter yesterday, you can say the letter was sent yesterday. Another
Ouais, ils vont
workaround would
changer en
be
fait la
to
façon dont
substitute the gender pronoun with the actual name of
les
the
phrases
character,
sont
or
mises.
avoid using
Plutôt
the
que de dire
pronoun in languages where
elle m'a envoyé une
information
lettre
on
hier, elle va
gender
dire
and
la lettre
number is already
m'a été
present
envoyée
on the
hier,
verb
quoi.
form. So these are just some creative workarounds to name a few. Overall, and most important is that the linguistic approach that we go for has to sound natural in the context, and it has to feel real to the players and at the same time respectful. This is what we are working towards, and we have spent some time informing ourselves and also creating some inclusive language guides
Ça
for
change tout?
everyone involved in the linguistic
C'est quoi qui
process.
change tout?
So the aim of these guides is to set some bases and some recommendations on how these linguistic challenges can be sorted or can be
Moi, j'avoue que ça ne me...
changed
Enfin,
or updated.
je me sens pas concernée,
Thank
donc...
you so much for providing that really valuable
Après, c'est très
insight.
bien pour
It's
ceux
quite
qui sont
interesting to
concernés,
hear about all
mais
the
voilà.
regulations that go into some of the different languages other than
C'est...
English throughout the world. Before working on this
Oui,
feature,
c'est
I
sûr
didn't
que ça
realize
change
that
tout, un
there
mot
were
dans
some
une phrase, ça
languages
c'est
that
clair.
actually have
Chaque mot
laws
est important,
governing
chaque
their
ponctuation.
use in
Mais
other
voilà, moi
countries.
je me sens pas concernée, donc forcément,
Thank you
bon,
so
ça
much for all of
m'intéresse
your
un
hard
petit
work
peu
on
moins,
this
mais
as
voilà,
well as
c'est
the
très bien
team
pour ceux
with
qui
the
se sentent
localization.
concernés par
We
ça,
really appreciate you
effectivement.
doing the hard work
Et
for
c'est
us
bien
there.
qu'ils fassent
So
des
thank you
recherches
very
pour
much.
chaque
It's
langage,
gonna be very
langue.
valuable, I'm sure.
Yes. Now, that being said, there's still quite the path ahead of us to find grammatical solutions to all 18 languages. So for the first iteration of this feature, we will focus on English first. But rest assured, other language support will be added as we continue to update and improve the
Donc ils vont
feature
se
over
concentrer
time.
d'abord sur l'anglais, parce
Now,
qu'il y a
next
encore
up,
beaucoup
I'd
de
love to chat
challenges
with Alistair, Sindhu Felix,
dans les autres
to take a
langues,
look at
mais
what this
ils vont
first
mettre à jour
iteration
toutes les
could
langues.
look like. So I'll pass the baton over to Alistair, one of our experienced designers, and he's currently working on bringing this feature to life in the game. Welcome, Alistair.
Donc lui, il travaille pour amener ce truc dans le jeu concrètement, quoi.
I love sneak peeks.
Bon courage à eux, étant donné qu'en français, même les objets sont genrés, c'est clair.
As you all know, this is a pretty recognizable screen here. This is InCast. One thing that you probably noticed in the top left here is
mon nom
something is different
et
here.
mes
So
pronoms
if you
sont...
remember before, currently in the game, it says, hello, my name is. What I've changed here and added here is hello, my name and pronouns are. This is because I feel like, in real life, this is how we generally introduce ourselves. We would say our name and then our pronouns. So I felt like we need that was pretty
Il
important.
dit que dans la vraie vie, on fait ça, on dit son nom et ses pronoms, mais en français, on fait pas ça. Enfin, moi, j'ai jamais vu quelqu'un qui faisait ça. Mais...
Obviously work in progress, as you can see, with all the watermark here. But let's just say, I'm going to put my name, just randomize, Jesse Apple. You can also see here, we have a new drop-down section here.
Donc c'est au niveau du nom qu'on va pouvoir
So, as you can see that there are 4 different options.
Choisir alors.
You can
Ma cuillère, un couteau, chercher l'erreur.
I'll go into the custom one a bit later, but let's just say Jessie Apple.
T'as jamais vu ça non plus?
She, her, hers. So I'm gonna click that. As you can see, it snaps back. The pronouns appear right next to her name, and this generally would appear, in live mode where there's tooltips or any notifications.
Donc en choisissant ça dans le casque, ça se traduira aussi dans les notifications et tout ça dans le jeu.
And let's figure out what this custom section is. So I'm going to click on this custom. So you can see here there's going to be a new UI.
Et custom, personnalisé, on peut vraiment choisir ce qu'on veut mettre.
Create your own custom pronouns here for your sim. Here are, the examples here of, the subject pronouns, object pronouns, if this has a pronouns here. So let's just say I want to.
Je sais pas de quoi tu parles, Céline. Si tu prends ou pas quoi.
Them to zer, and there to zers. And you can see as I'm changing it, it would change the example here, grammatically correct as well. So let's confirm this.
Donc on peut vraiment tout faire du coup, parce que on peut vraiment personnaliser comme on a envie. C'est plutôt sympa.
So yeah, this is generally the idea that we have. Obviously, still work in progress, but the concept is there.
Now, this is really awesome, Alistair. So happy to see this here and to share this with our viewers today.
Allez, un petit trailer sur les weddings.
Prototype that you're showing us here, or work in progress that you're showing us here. Just out of curiosity, so you've got the different options for the planned ones: he, him, she, her, they, them. So you are saying that we were going.
Le concept est sympa, ouais, je trouve aussi. C'est bien fait. C'est facile à adapter, c'est cool.
That's pretty important. And it allows the player and the sim to really represent themselves and the sims that they're creating.
That's really awesome to hear. Now,
Mais j'aimerais bien qu'on passe à la suite. Il est moins 20.
Customizable option there. Are there any protections that we're going to be looking at in place as we do add that to make sure that everyone's able to have a safe and fun experience?
Of course. I know we have a profanity filter, for example, in the gallery, we are planning on having that as well when we do implement this custom.
Ils vont mettre aussi ça en filtre dans la galerie. C'est sympa aussi ça.
And just so everybody knows, we do take that profanity filter really seriously, and we want to make sure that we're doing this in the most respectful way possible. So. Well, thank you
ça a l'air
so
de prendre
much,
beaucoup de temps.
Really happy that we were able to
Je me demande quand ils vont pouvoir sortir ce truc du coup.
And thank you everyone as well for joining us here. So many of you might be thinking, well, when is this feature going to be available? So as you saw today, through the many watermarks in that feature that we just showed, this is still a work in progress, and our research and design will continue until we feel the feature is in a good place to be launched into the game. That being said, we still do have a path ahead of us, and we want to make sure to check in with you again along the way and keep you updated. Once the first version of this feature is out, please know that we are continuously working on improving the game over time.
Donc ils savent pas encore quand ils vont le sortir, et même quand ce sera sorti, ils y travailleront encore, blablabla. Des vêtements moins genrés, on en a quand même déjà eu pas mal ces derniers kits là. Ouais, ils prennent le temps d'expliquer, mais c'est long. Quand on n'a pas le temps, c'est chiant. J'ai pas le temps aujourd'hui.
Let's get back to work, y'all. Thanks.
Okay.
Woohoo! We hope that you enjoy that video capture of the pronouns, customizable pronouns feature. It is. I love that you guys are already seeing feedback on Twitter that you guys are
appreciating
the intricacies of language.
Après, pas trop quand même non plus, hein, parce que c'est bien d'inclure les gens qui se sentent non-genrés, tout ça, mais il y a aussi les gens genrés, quoi, faut pas les oublier non plus. T'as pas appris les kits ou celui des plantes?
Thank you very much.
Ouais, je comprends.
As we
bon,
are in
alors.
the season of celebrating, although we should be celebrating something every day.
Surtout qu'il travaille à l'adaptation des textures des vêtements à celle des risques. Oui, ça c'est vrai.
At some point. So as you know, we're in the season of something to celebrate. Yes, I think I said that right. Something.
Yes, something.
So, oh, as I call confetti season.
Yes, confetti season. Confetti?
Confetti season. Is there a confetti? No, I guess we.
Nope. Maybe
it's on cooldown.
There we go. Cooldown finished.
So we have a sneak peek at an upcoming scenario.
Un nouveau scénario.
SDX drop.
Là, très peu de vêtements sont adaptables d'un genre à l'autre alors qu'ils ont ouvert la possibilité. C'est clair, je suis d'accord. Alors.
Having or control or being in this kind of like iconic relationship, we have the power couple.
Ça, le problème est géré, tout à fait.
If you want to be as iconic as Mortimer and Bella, or Batman and Robin, or something related to that.
Alors, un scénario basé sur Mortimer et Bella.
At some point, very soon. I'm gonna keep the surprise. So this is a non-limited time scenario.
Un scénario qui n'est pas limité dans le temps.
In this scenario, you will playing as a married couple working in business together.
On jouera
friendly bet to see who can rise in the ranks of the two CEO first.
Un couple marié qui travaille ensemble et on verra qui des deux peut atteindre le sommet de la carrière en premier.
So it sounds like in a world full of conflict.
Je pensais que c'était plus lié à Sonia et Vladimir.
So it's definitely something to look forward to sometime soon.
Bientôt.
As always, SDS drops can be a little bit of a surprise, so bear with us.
Yeah, well, and we love to surprise and delight you fine folks out there. So,
donc on découvrira ça. J'ai encore fait aucun scénario. Il serait temps que je m'y penche, mais j'ai tellement de trucs à faire, j'ai encore maison à vendre à faire aussi. Celui-là n'est pas limité dans le temps, donc peut-être que je pourrais m'y pencher.
Yes.
And that's not it. We have more sneak peeks for you to come. And you know what? It's been a while since we've seen our friendly freezer bunny. Where's our freezer bunny? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, it looks like...
Where am I? Okay.
I think I love this hat. I love this little hat that I have.
I wish I could hide it. Familiar.
Jamais testé les scénarios non plus. Il serait temps qu'on s'y mette. Alors, nouvelle livraison express. Je pars bientôt, oui. Ah ok, donc ce sera un truc de complexe Sims là qu'on a vu avant.
Now everyone loves a nice
concept art.
Now everyone does
c'est bon, hein, en anglais.
Surprise, and that's why we'll give you a sneak peek into
donc ça, c'est
one of the three items. And
un peignoir pour les hommes qu'on aura apparemment.
Like the other two when they drop in a couple of weeks. So just please note that the screenshot we are showing you right now is concept art and it's subject to change. But here it is. We have these wonderful robes. Yes, I love
Elle est sympa.
I really want that purple one.
On n'a pas beaucoup de trucs de pyjama et tout ça, et encore moins pour les hommes, comme toujours. Donc c'est plutôt cool qu'on ait ce genre de trucs pour les hommes. Je me réjouis de voir ce que ce sera les autres vêtements qu'on aura. Oui, du contenu pour hommes, ouais.
Yeah, and I think out of that one too, my favorite one was the blue with the camo trim. I love that as well. Yeah.
The trim, yes, technical term.
Oh no, yeah, I mean edges are the same thing.
Je sens qu'on n'aura rien sur le truc des mariages.
I'm looking forward to see and the other two items that.
En général, ils parlent pas des contenus payants dans les Inside Maxis.
Once they're released, yes. Now we do have another thing to celebrate about, something more to celebrate. We have another batch of assets that are coming out that we'll love to show you right here on this next screen.
Ok,
We're happy
qu'est-ce
to
qu'on va
announce that we'll be
avoir
bringing the braided ponytail hair to the base game in an upcoming SDX drop.
Ah.
We feel that the addition of this hair to the base game will further allow for greater representation in the game.
Ah, ça m'énerve
We're
quand ils
not
font ça.
finished
Ils
yet,
vont
though, so
ajouter
stay
cette
tuned as
coiffure
we
qui
bring
vient
more
avec à la
hairs to
fac
you in
dans
the
le
future
jeu
in
de
the base
base.
game. And we've also got some food that's coming up fresh out of the kitchen.
Et donc
And,
des
Soon
nouvelles
we'll-
recettes aussi.
It's never something is complete without a new recipe. So
Yes. Yes, new
got a
recipes
few
are
Il y a
for
des
you.
looks sympas à faire, oui, bah, tout
So
à
we're
fait.
looking forward to bring to you guys some East Asian cuisine to the base game in this SDX update.
Les codes sont déjà passés,
We'll be
oui,
able
oui, je
to-
pense.
To cook and to eat, of
Arnaque.
course.
Je dirais pas que c'est de
sticky rice
l'arnaque,
cake,
parce
steamed
que c'est dans
fish,
leur truc d'inclusivité,
cook.
mais
I
bon,
think
qu'ils
I
fassent
said
des
that
nouvelles
right.
coiffures alors quoi.
Galbijim and
Que flûte.
japchae and mixed pork noodles or jajangmyeon. So these are dishes that are
Donc,
traditional
nouvelle
for
recette, une
celebration,
coiffure qui
so
va dans le jeu
we
de
hope
base.
that you enjoy them in game as we drop it one day. That we will find out.
Yeah, just seeing this makes me really hungry. Ruski,
Et
which
puis
one
bon,
of those are you
chose un
most
peu
looking
plus
forward to
croustillant,
seeing?
ce serait pas mal.
I made for the minced pork noodles. That's weakness. So it's,
Yeah.
looking forward to those, and
Yeah.
obviously the sticky rice cake. That's
Yeah.
yes.
The sticky rice cake, the japchae for me are my go-tos.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Alors,
All right, now thank you so much everyone for joining us
Ah.
today. This is a really fun time. We always love doing these Inside Maxis shows with y'all. Thank you, Ruski.
bon,
And
bah c'est
yeah.
fini.
Thank you everybody for
On n'en
tuning
saura
in
pas
today.
plus sur les
I know
mariages, je vous
probably
l'avais
it's a little
dit.
bit short, but hopefully it's a good cadence to celebration time. And we hope you guys have a safe week. And
J'ai l'impression
we'll
d'être
see
à
you
des
guys
réunions de
later.
travail.
Yep. Bye.
3 quarts d'heure pour rien. Punaise. Je le sentais, hein. Ah. Bon, bah j'ai pas le temps de m'éterniser sur le fait que je suis frustrée. J'espère qu'on aura quand même bientôt un teaser, quoi. J'ai envie de savoir ce qui nous réserve avec le pack de jeu. Et voilà. Bah on saura pas si on le prend le nouveau pack ou le nouveau kit parce que voilà, on n'en sait pas plus, on n'a rien comme nouvelle, mais c'est vrai que dans les Inside Maxis en fait ils ne montrent pas de contenu payant en général, donc voilà. Bah du coup je vais devoir vous laisser, hein. Ça me permet de pas partir en retard comme ça. J'espère quand même que vous avez passé un bon moment. Même si bah, on n'a rien appris de nouveau du coup, mais bon, c'était sympa de discuter ensemble sur ce qui nous attend et de peut-être deviner ce qui va arriver en contenu payant, on verra. Merci beaucoup à tous pour vos encouragements, je vous souhaite une très bonne soirée ou une bonne fin de journée. Salut à toutes et tous, à tous et toutes. Eh ben, en inclusif, je ne sais pas. À tous. Je ne sais pas non plus. Bonne soirée à tous et toutes. Je vous fais des gros bisous. Et on se revoit bientôt pour un autre live. J'ai envie de continuer la rénovation qu'on avait commencé à Evergreen Arbor ces temps-ci. Puis j'aimerais bien trouver du temps pour faire maison à vendre aussi. Enfin voilà. Mais je vous tiens au jus, hein, comme d'habitude, sur les réseaux sociaux. Je vous fais des gros bisous. Passez une bonne soirée. Merci d'avoir été là. Et à tout bientôt. Ciao, ciao!